Great. Good morning. So let's go ahead and start in our comfortable seated posture. I like to use a folded blanket, so you can use a blanket or towel or pillow or whatever under your hips. And then come on down to the floor. If you're comfortable cross-legged, go ahead and sit like this. If you're not comfortable cross-legged, you can always stretch your leg out. Sometimes even when if I sit to meditate for a while, I have to do this where I have to stretch a leg out. That's okay, because you want to be comfortable. All right, so you want to just sit nice and tall. So you're lengthening from the base of your spine, up the back, through the neck, through the top of your head. You can close your eyes. And by first bringing your awareness to your body, you start to kind of let go of the world around you and everything that's going on. Everything that needs to get done will get done after your yoga class. So just give yourself this 45 minutes to focus on yourself and focus on your breath. And then from here, let's start to relax down through the forehead and around your eyes. Relax through the nose and the cheeks. Relax your jaw. Down through the neck and throat and the shoulders, down the arms to your fingertips. And back up through the shoulders, relax through the upper back, your chest and lungs, your heart center. Down through the abdomen, through your lower back. And relax from the hips all the way down the legs to your feet and your toes. And take a nice deep breath in and out through your nose. And just count to yourself the length of your inhale, count again the length of your exhale. See if you can even out your breath. Good. With your next exhale, let's bring the chin forward. Slowly hang your head down. Bring your chest up towards your chin and just hold. And then let your head roll to one side. So the face is forward, let your ear hang toward the shoulder, relax your jaw. And then around to the back, let your head go back. And over to the other side. And let your head come back down to the front. Inhale as you roll your head around, and exhale, come back to center. Okay, just keep your jaw relaxed. Nice slow circles with the neck. Do about 3 circles to each side. Good. When you're done with your neck rolls, let your head hang down. Clasp your hands together, add a little weight to the stretch, and just hold. Placing those hands in the back of your head and just kind of drawing down with the neck. And then bring your head back up. Put one hand on your head, the other one can rest on your leg. And just gently, as you're drawing the sort of the ear toward the shoulder, imagine pulling down gently with that opposite shoulder. So it's a nice stretch. And then let's do the other side. Same thing, hand on your head. Gently draw the ear towards your shoulder, drawing down with that opposite shoulder. Good, and just let your head come back to center, and then eyes are open, and we'll look side to side, back and forth. Good, and bring yourself back to center. Okay, let's bring the arms up in front. We're just gonna wrap one elbow inside of the other. So just put one arm inside of the other. Let the hands touch back to back, or you can wrap them around again, letting the fingertips touch the palm. And then draw those elbows upward. Just hold. Nice deep breath, 2. 3. Good. Inhale as you exhale, let the elbows come down under the arms, untwist, stretch. And let's do the other side. So bring those arms up, one elbow inside of the other, back to back with the hands, or wrap them around again. Either way is fine. Draw the elbows up and hold. Nice deep breath. 2. And just feel that stretch right across your upper back. So with each posture, I want you kind of tuning in, notice where you're feeling the stretch. Good. Go ahead and let your elbows come down and untwist. All right, arms by the side, reach out and up and stretch. Nice deep breath. And clasp your hands, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, lean to one side. And then inhale as you come up. Exhale over. Inhale to center. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Let's come back to center. We're going to place the hands on the back of the head. We're going to go a little deeper now into the stretch. So inhale, as you exhale, you can go to either side. I want you to lean to one side and then release your hand. Put your hand down onto the mat. So you can have your hand on the mat looking up towards the ceiling, or you can bend and try to get the elbow down. But if you do that, your opposite, try to keep the opposite hip and knee down. Don't let it pop up, if that makes sense. Okay. Look up towards the ceiling, inhale. As you exhale, just look forward, reach your arm out over your head. You're reaching the fingertips towards the wall, drawing down with that opposite hip. And 2, you can just look forward. And 3, and 4, just imagine that you're lengthening with each exhale. And then let's turn the palm upward, inhale, reach, and draw yourself back up. And then exhale, let your arm come down. Good. All right, take a look at your feet. You're going to switch the feet around. So if you want to stretch your knees out, you can, or flex your ankles. Okay. And you're going to tuck the opposite foot in, or just switch your feet around if you are extending a leg. And then we're going to switch our hands. So I'm right-handed. I normally will naturally just put my right thumb and right finger on top. I'm going to switch that. So it's going to feel a little odd. So I never clasp my hands this way. And then go ahead and reach out and draw back. It's always good to do things in a new way. Clasp your hands, or your hands are clasped, place them on the back of your head, open your elbows back and just stretch for a moment. And inhale as you exhale, let's go to the opposite side, and then go ahead and release and put your hand onto the mat. Some of you are coming down onto the forearm. Look up towards the ceiling. Inhale, excuse me, as you exhale, look forward, reach that arm over your head, reaching towards the wall, drawing that opposite hip towards the mat, and just hold. And 2, nice deep breath. 3, and 4, And then go ahead and turn your palm up. Inhale, reach, and exhale, let your arm come down. Good. Hands clasped behind the back. Now we're going to draw the shoulders back. Stretch. And relax. And then one more stretch for the shoulders. Reach forward. Let your fingertips touch your shoulders, your elbows. Go in and back and around. Nice big circles. Good, and let's change direction. And relax, just let your arms come down. You can, again, just look from side to side, loosen up that neck a little bit more and back to center. Good, go ahead and stretch your legs out. You just rock your feet in and out a couple of times. Bounce your knees a little bit. All right. Okay, so from here, I want to bring us onto the hands and knees, and then that'll take us into kind of loosen up the back, and then we'll do some some downward dog. So I'm just going to move the blanket off to the side. You can do that unless you want. Well, actually, you know what? I forgot I'm on the hard floor. I'm going to use this under my knees. So if you do have a hard surface and you want some extra padding, go ahead and put that blanket or towel underneath your knees. It just makes you more comfortable. All right, so hands go right underneath your shoulders, and you always want your fingers spread really wide. You want your palms wide. That way the weight is balanced on your hands. Knees hip distance. Just start by tucking your chin in. Round your back, your shoulders, and stretch as you exhale. And then arch your back. Go ahead and look up as you inhale. Exhale, tuck your chin in. Round your back and shoulders. Arch your back, look up as you inhale. And just move at your own pace. All right, with your next exhale, let's draw the hips back to the heels. Forehead towards the mat. Reach all the way out through your fingertips and relax. Take a nice deep breath here. It doesn't matter if the hips touch the heels. What we want is just a nice stretch through that back, especially in the lower back and the hips. If it feels good to rock a little bit from side to side, you can add that in. Okay, so from here, we'll do our downward dog. Hands just a little bit wider than the shoulders. So for me, the small finger comes towards the edge of my mat. Come up onto your hands and knees. Let your toes curl under. You're going to lift your hips. Keep your knees slightly bent and just gently press your chest back towards your thighs to get a nice stretch, like you're pushing the floor away from you and lengthening through the arms, through the spine. You can bend one knee, push the opposite heel to the mat, alternate your legs. This is a really good stretch for the calves. Back and forth. Good for circulation. Good. Let's bring the shoulders forward. Let your knees touch down. This is one of my all-time favorite stretches. You're going to sit towards the left heel. Reach over to the right and just stretch. It gets right into that lower back, even into like the hip area and two. It's also a good stretch for the shoulders. Nice deep breath. 3 and 4 and 5. Good. Back up onto the hands and knees. Let's switch over. Sit back towards that right heel. Twist over to the left and stretch. And 2, 3, 4, one more, 5. And let's come back to center. We're back up onto the hands and knees. We're going to press back into that downward dog and stretch. We'll use the down dog today as sort of a transition between some postures. So go ahead and stretch. All right, I'm going to have you bring your shoulders forward. Let's put the knees down on the mat. We're going to do a little strengthening for the upper body, but also a nice stretch for your back. So I want your shoulders right over your hands. Okay, so I'm kind of leaning forward a little bit as opposed to being back like this with my hips back over my heels. So come forward, look forward, that'll make this easier. And then you're going to bend the elbows. And you'll notice as I'm bending my elbows, they're staying in by my sides. My elbows, if I'm back too far with my chest, my elbows go out to the side. That is not comfortable. Don't do that. So come forward, bend your elbows, bring your chest down. And it's okay if you come down quick. Okay, we just want your hands in the right position. And then from here, just gently peel up. Take a breath in. This is your cobra. Good. And then press into your hands and bring your hips back to your heels as you exhale. Let's just try that little sequence again. So bring your shoulders up. Okay, so bring yourself into the table position. Good. Take a breath here. Inhale. Exhale, lower your chest down. Inhale, peel up into your cobra. Exhale, press back, hips to your heels, all the way back into your half tortoise. Good, let's do that again. Inhale, bring your shoulders forward. Exhale, chest down. Inhale, peel up into cobra. And then press back, exhale into your half tortoise. Good way to strengthen your arms and your chest. Inhale as you bring your shoulders forward. Exhale, chest down. Inhale, peel up into cobra. Exhale, back to half tortoise. So that's 4. We're going to do one more. Inhale, bring your shoulders forward. Exhale, chest down. And then inhale, peel up into cobra. Good. This time, let's press back into downward dog. Good. So you should feel that in your upper body. Nice little workout. It's always nice to keep the arms and upper body strong. Stretch, just hold one more breath. Good. Let's bring the shoulders forward, knees to the mat, hips back to your heels. I want you to relax for a moment and then open and close your fists, your fingers a few times, kind of stretch them out. Okay, so that's a lot of, we did several postures on the hands. So this is a good way to strengthen those wrists and hands. And you can rock a little bit from side to side if that feels good on your back. Good. I really like to stretch too, to add in the half pigeon pose for the hips. So let's take that right knee and stretch it all the way up. So your right knee comes up between your fingertips. Take that right heel, turn it in a little bit. So now the heel's like toward underneath your left hip bone. Stretch your left leg back again for an even deeper stretch. And then inhale and look forward and stretch. And then exhale as you come on down. And you can either just rest like this on your elbows, or you can bring your forehead all the way down to your forearms. And just take a deep breath here. I like to rock a little bit. Probably in all my postures, I like a little bit of movement. So if it feels good to kind of gently move a little bit or rock a little bit in the stretch, you go ahead and do that. Most important thing, of course, is that you can relax into the pose, because with each exhale, you'll start to go just a little deeper into that stretch. And then if you find your mind is wandering or is busy, you have that opportunity to just kind of bring it back gently to your breath and to what you're doing right here and now, so that your Hatha yoga practice is also kind of a relaxation for your mind too. We're so busy during the days, and this is a nice way to kind of just slow down for a moment. Good. And then bring your chest up and let's put the hands firmly on the mat. All right, we're going to take it back into the downward dog and just stretch. Maybe do a little runner stretch. Good, let's do the other side. So shoulders forward, knees come down to the mat. Let's side the left knee all the way up. Turn your heel in, stretch your right leg back even more. So it's a nice deep stretch and inhale. Exhale as you come on down and relax. And go back to focusing on your breathing. Inhale and exhale deeply. All right, let's come on up from that posture. Place your hands firmly on the mat. Go into the ball of that right foot. Lift your hips, stretch your left leg back, into your downward facing dog. And stretch. Good. Let's bring the shoulders forward. Let your knees touch down to the mat. Draw your hips all the way back to your heels and relax for a moment. Open and close your fist a couple of times. All right. Okay, bring yourself up into a kneeling posture. We're gonna do a shoulder stretch starting from the table pose. So I want you to start by coming forward onto your hands and knees. Knees are hip distance. This is called thread the needle. And I'm going to start with my left hand. So if you want to kind of follow along, you can do that. Take the back of your left hand, put it on the mat, and I'm going to slide it through behind my right arm. So just slide it through and come all the way down onto your left shoulder and just rest on the side of your head. Okay. Now you can stretch like this. You can then take your right arm and reach it behind you, bend at the elbow. So your hand is kind of on your back, or you might even be able to touch your left thigh with your fingertips. Now you can look straight ahead. If you want to increase the stretch, you try looking up towards the ceiling, or maybe to where the wall and ceiling come together. And just hold. Feel that right across your upper back, right through the shoulder blade. Inhale as you exhale, slowly untwist. Bring yourself back up onto your hands and knees. Good. We're going to do the other side. So back of the right hand on the mat, slide it through, come down onto your shoulder, rest on the side of your head. And then you can take your left arm, reach it out behind you. You might be able to touch your thigh, look forward, or you can look up maybe to where the wall and ceiling come together. You just decide. And just hold 2, 3. Good. Inhale as you exhale, slowly untwist, and then bring yourself back up, back onto the hands and knees. All right. Let's bring the forearms down onto the mat. So now your elbows are right underneath your shoulders. Turn that left elbow out, put your forehead on your forearm, and just reach forward with your right arm. So this is more like, I usually feel this through the chest area and like, I guess through my armpit, maybe the upper back and shoulder a little bit, and stretch. Good. And then let's switch. Turn the right elbow out, put your forehead onto your forearm, and just reach out with that left arm and give yourself a stretch. And breathe. Good. And then go ahead and bring yourself up. Let's put, we're back onto the hands and knees. And let's go ahead and just sit back onto the heels. Okay. We'll stretch out your toes and feet. So let your toes curl under. Sit back on your heels. See how that feels for your feet, your arches. Sometimes we don't realize even that our feet can feel tight. All right. And then from here, if you do have a blanket on your mat or towel, you can just slide it off. And then let's come up to standing posture. Go ahead and bring yourself right on up. All right. Okay, so I like to start the standing with a little twist. Hands on the hips, knees hip distance, just lean forward, roll around to the back as you inhale. Exhale back to the front. Good, change direction. Inhale as you roll to the back, exhale back to the front. And come right back to center. Inhale as you exhale, fold into your front bend, let your arms hang, let your head hang. Sway gently from side to side. Good. Let's bend the knees, reach to the floor in front of you so you have balance. Come on down into a squat. Bring yourself down. And then back into your front bend. If you like crossing your arms when you hang in your front bend, that can feel good too. Just keep your knees a little soft. Sway from side to side. Let's come back down into a squat. Bend your knees, bring yourself down. Good, and then back into that front bend. Draw the chest up, hands to your hips. Inhale as you come on up. Support your back, so you're going to put the heel of your hands right under the rib cage, fingertips towards the floor. Feet about hip distance, and just lift through the chest. Gently lean back a little bit. And then bring yourself right back up to standing. Okay, and then we'll draw the feet closer. So now the toes can touch or just be an inch or two apart. Arms slightly out to the side. This is your mountain Tadasana pose. Good. Next inhale, reach out and up. Inhale and stretch. Let the fingertips touch. Reach to the ceiling. Exhale as you lean to one side. Push out on that opposite right into your half moon. Inhale as you come up. And exhale over. Inhale to center. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. And we're going to come back to center. Inhale as you exhale, fold to your front bend. And we're going to move from posture to posture. Hands on the legs, draw your chest forward and inhale. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, reach, come all the way up. And then bring your hands right back to the heart. Inhale and reach up. You can look right up at your thumbs if you like. Exhale. Right down into your front bend. Hands on the front of your legs. Inhale and stretch the chest forward. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, reach and come on up. And then back to the heart. Inhale and exhale. And we're just going to move through this sequence. Follow your breath. We'll do this a few more times, and I want you to practice what's called Nityananda, which means being in the moment. As best you can, just try to stay present. Noticing the sound of your breath, the sound of my voice. Notice how it feels to stand on your mat and to move your body. And even notice the thoughts as they come up. We'll start to wind down. So finish up your sequence. Done, just bring your hands to your heart. And just pause for a moment. Good, and relax. Relax your arms, bend your knees, relax your legs. Let's practice our balance today. So you can be on your mat, you can be on the hard floor or carpet, whatever you prefer, okay? So find something to stare at, to focus on, and then you can shift your weight to either leg. We'll do our tree pose today. Hips face forward, your knee turns to the side. So you can balance with your toes touching the mat, the big toe, or you can bring that foot above your ankle. You could also bring the foot above the knee. You don't want to use the knees as like a ledge. You want to have the foot either below or above. I have to help my foot up. If you are bringing the foot up, you kind of have to tighten your buttocks because the thigh and the foot have to push together to hold it. Keep staring at your point. Allow your breath to slow down, relax. Allow your gaze to just soften, relax. And then if you feel got some balance, you can bring your hands to your heart if you like. You can reach the hands above your head if you prefer. Just kind of relax, zone out for a moment. And relax. Go ahead and bring that foot down. And let's shift the weight to the opposite leg. Hips are forward. Turn your knee to the side. You can balance with your toes on the mat or right above the ankle or above the knee. Tighten that standing leg to keep that foot and thigh together. And relax your gaze. You can bring your hands to your heart or above your head. And relax. Go ahead and bring your foot down. And then after doing that tree pose, feet about hip distance, let's hang in a front bend. And just stretch out your back for a moment. Sway a little bit side to side. Good. Bend your knees, get your hands to the floor, come on down into your squat. So go ahead and bring yourself down. And then from here, we're going to sit down. So carefully come down into your mat. Stretch your legs out in front of you, rock your feet in and out, and relax. All right, let's tuck one heel in and stretch the other leg out to the side. Some side stretches here. So one heel's tucked in, the other leg out to the side. So I'm going to take my hand and reach over the opposite hand and reach to my bent leg. Okay, so reach over to the bent leg with your opposite hand. Inhale and stretch up. And then exhale, you're reaching out towards the wall, maybe towards the foot for some of you. But it doesn't matter if you can touch your foot or not. And then just reach out and breathe. Trying to keep the opposite hip towards the mat, or at least in that direction. Hold, and 3, and 4. Good. Turn your palm upward. Inhale, reach and draw yourself up. Exhale, let your arm come down. All right, let's switch. Tuck your opposite heel in and stretch the leg out. Go ahead and with your opposite hand, reach over to the bent leg. This just keeps your chest facing forward. Inhale as you reach up, and then exhale and stretch all the way out towards the wall, or maybe towards the foot. And 2, and 3, and 4. And reach and come on up, and exhale, let your arm come down. All right, open out both legs. So in this posture, you want to sit up nice and tall. If you find yourself kind of falling back in the posture, that's a good time to use your folded blanket under your hips. It'll make it more comfortable and it'll make it easier to stretch forward. So you can sit on this if you like. Sitting up nice and tall. And I'm just going to have you lean forward. Okay, and you're going to feel that right along the inner thigh muscle. So I find in this posture that it helps to move a little bit. So I like to stretch from side to side. And as I'm doing that, or as you're doing that, see if you can bring your chest down even more, kind of coming forward into the stretch, just back and forth. Good. Come back to center. And then bring your chest up. You can kind of walk yourself up with your hands. And then let's bring the feet in. So an opposite stretch. Draw the feet together and kind of bounce your knees. So kind of notice with the yoga, we always, if we're going to stretch on one side, we'll stretch on the other side. But also kind of balancing out your poses. So if I'm going to open my legs and stretch forward and kind of stretch these muscles, when I want to relax these. Or if we do a front bend, we do a squat, things like that, or back stretch. Okay, we're going to lean forward. Go ahead and come forward and hold. Nice deep breath. Good, and then draw yourself up. And help those legs in and stretch your legs out and rock your feet in and out. Let's do one more stretch for the hips and lower back. So I'm going to show you 2 variations. Turn a little bit. Okay, we're going to take I'm going to do the right leg, bring the right leg up, and you cross it over the left one. So I'm keeping the bottom leg straight. So my right leg crossed over. So that's one variation. Or you can take that bottom leg and just tuck it under. That makes sense. So I'm lining up one knee on top of the other. Now, if your knees don't line up, that's okay. If it's a little more open like this, you're still going to get a really good stretch. So technically there's like 3 variations. Okay, so either keep your legs straight, or the legs are kind of open like this, or you actually get one knee on top of the other. The feet are going out to the side. This is called your cow face posture. I don't know why it's called cow face. That's what it's called. Go ahead and lean forward. And just stretch. And just fold. And you should feel this one in your buttocks in the hips. If you ever have trouble with like sciatica, sciatica is where you get a pinched nerve and it goes all the way down the leg. So it's kind of this uncomfortable pain in your leg. This is the pose. This is one of the postures that can really kind of help prevent that or help stretch that out. Good. And then go ahead and bring yourself up and I'm going to switch over. So you can do the same thing on the other side, but this time the left leg is on top. So either straight leg or one knee on top of the other. And then let's lean forward, stretch. Good. Breathe. Good. And then go ahead and bring yourself up and stretch your legs out and rock your feet in and out. All right, we're going to come down onto our backs. If you want extra padding under your back, feel free to fold out your towel or blanket. And when you come down onto your back, you always want to pull your knees in. Okay, you always want to, just be conscious of your lower back. So let your knees come in, roll all the way down or lay all the way down onto your back. And you can hold onto your knees or clasp your hands across your knees and just rock from side to side and take a deep breath here. And just relax all the way down the spine. Rocking back and forth to relax your lower back. All right, feet on the mat, hip distance apart. So knees are bent, feet are right underneath the knees, hip distance apart, arms by the side. Press your back into your mat, press your feet down, raise your hips up and just hold. And try to keep your big toes pressed into the mat so the feet are firmly in the mat and just hold. So this bridge pose, nice opposite posture from all the front bends that we've done today. Go ahead and slowly roll back down one vertebra at a time. And you can draw your knees into your chest. Relax. And let's do that again. Feet on your mat, hip distance. Go ahead and lift your hips. Stretch. And inhale as you exhale, roll down slowly. And draw your knees up into your chest and relax. All right. So keep your knees tucked in, open your arms out to your sides. Now we're going to kind of wind down with a twist. So let your legs go all the way to the left, all the way down to the floor. You can put your left hand on top of your legs if you want and pull down, but we really want to get that right shoulder down. So lift your head, turn your head, look over to your right hand. See if you can draw that right shoulder towards the floor so it's nice and relaxed. And then you can draw down with that left hand on your knees if you like. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Let go of all the tension down your back. Good. Bring your knees back to center. And let's do the other side. So same thing, you're going to let your legs go all the way to the right, down to the floor. We want your feet resting on the floor too. You want to be able to relax and turn your head, look out towards your left hand. Kind of draw that shoulder to the floor and then hold. Breathe. Let your knees come up to center. Pull the legs in one more time. And then go ahead and stretch yourself all the way down onto your mat. Rock your feet in and out. Let your feet fall out to the sides. Let your arms rest by your sides, the palms facing upwards. So this is Shavasana, your full body relaxation pose. So close your eyes now. Take a nice, slow, deep breath. And relax from the top of the head down through the face. Relax your jaw, through the neck, the shoulders, down the arms to your fingertips, back up through the shoulders. And relax down through the torso, the hips, the pelvis, all the way down the legs, your feet and toes. And now slowly take a deep breath again. Start to move your fingers, your toes, and bring your awareness back to your body. And as you come out of your relaxation, draw the knees into your chest and just relax your back one more time. And you can roll to your side and just rest on your side for just a moment. Good. And then go ahead and help yourself up to a comfortable seated posture. And let your hands come to your heart for a moment. I like to end each class with just a moment where you can set an intention for the day. So for me today, this day is easy. Everything just falls into place. Everything just flows. So you can think of any intention that you want for your day. And you can even share that intention. It can be for you and for everybody, in your home or your friends, your family, your coworkers. Just put that intention out there. Good. And then eyes are open. Namaste. All right. So that concludes the Hatha Yoga. I went just a couple minutes over, but hopefully that's okay for you. If you are heading out for your day, I am putting the intention out that your day is easy. And if you'd like to stay for the next, 10 minutes or so, 10 or 12 minutes to do some breathing and meditation, feel free to stay. Okay, we'll do that next. All right. So for me to sit in meditation, I actually need to be on something kind of high or thick because of my hips get tight. So get something that's comfortable for you. You can also sit in a chair. You don't have to sit on the floor. But if you do sit in a chair, you want to be sitting up nice and tall. All right. And just relax the hands in the lap. So we'll do a round of the alternate nostril breathing. That'll help sort of take us into a deeper state of relaxation. And then from there, we'll just kind of let yourself sit, let yourself be quiet. If the thoughts are, well, the thoughts will kind of come into the mind and through the mind. You can keep bringing yourself back to the sound of your breath. If you like using counting, you can do that, but just allow yourself to settle. Okay. So with the alternate nostril breath, you take, I'm right-handed, so I take my first two fingers of my right hand and tuck them in. The thumb closes off the right nostril and the inside of my ring finger closes off the left nostril. So I'm closing one nostril at a time. I'll talk you through it so you don't have to really think too much about it. So go ahead and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and out through both nostrils, are both open. And let's close the left one with your ring finger and exhale through the right nostril. Close the right, inhale left. Close the left one, exhale right. Close the right, inhale left. Close the left, exhale right. Now inhale through the right nostril. Close it and exhale left. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale right. And exhale left. Good. Relax your hand and inhale. And exhale evenly through both nostrils. And if it helps to bring your awareness between the point between your eyebrows or even to the crown center, you can do that as you just allow your breath to deepen. And if you need something to sort of focus on, you can count the length of your inhale, count the length of your exhale, even out your breath, or you can just relax.